So let's talk a little bit about what learning might actually look like at home. So, when a family starts homeschooling, what usually shifts first in how learning feels day to day?
I think a huge factor of this is age, obviously. Like homeschool learning for a 3-year-old is going to look significantly different from homeschool learning for a 16-year-old.
Absolutely.
But in the general sense, you know, our first thought is, okay, now I'm a teacher, I'm a full time teacher, let me do lessons. And I think parents slowly kind of realize that learning can happen anywhere. I'm a big believer in children are learning all of the time. Classroom, car, restaurant, like everywhere. And that's what I would always tell my parents too. Like, if you have a concern about your kids' reading skills, read street signs out the car window. Like, life is a classroom. And I think once parents start to realize that more in homeschooling, you realize like it's totally possible to work from home job and homeschool your kid because you're not a full-time teacher. That's not the goal. And also, it takes way less time for a child generally, way less time for a child to grasp the concept when they're getting all the attention than in classroom instruction. Because if you think about if you have a classroom of 30 children, which is honestly probably smaller than some of these class sizes. Yeah. Say you have
I
30
know.
kids in your class. It's there's probably 30 different ways that this concept needs to be explained for every child to get it, right? Because they're each going to need it differently. But once you get to know your child or the child you're tutoring or whatever the context is, you know what way they need it explained. And now what could have taken an hour to try to paint this picture can take 5.
Yes. Oh, I'm like waving my cheerleading pom poms in agreement with you for learning is everywhere. That is one of the things I said to the families of the students in my classroom over and over. Reinforcement work at home doesn't have to look like sitting down and writing numbers or no, it comes in the everyday when you're out for a walk, when you go to the grocery store. They're looking at us. I spy your letter. Can you show me where we see your letter?